I'm Bob Perkins, and this is Aggressive Grace. Today we want to dip our toe a little bit into the deep end of the theological pool and talk about the idea of divine sovereignty and human responsibility. Is it all about God, or is it about me? And really, what is my role in this life? And what is God's role? Perhaps the best illustration of this comes in Joshua 1. Let me read it to you. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' assistant, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, you and all this people, into the land that I'm giving to them, to the people of Israel. And here's the key verse. Every place that the sole of your foot will tread upon, I have given to you, just as I promised Moses. Every place that you will go to, I have already given to you. Divine sovereignty. God's already done it. It's already yours. It's already yours. Joshua, go take it. I promised it to you. Now go take it. Human responsibility. Human responsibility is you're going to have to get this nation together. You're going to have to raise up an army. You're going to send spies into the wilderness and into Jericho, the first city, and we're going to do all that's required of a nation to go into battle. But God says, divine sovereignty, I've already given it to you. Think of it this way. When you come down Christmas morning, and there's the tree, and there's the presents under the tree, and there's your name on it. Well, it's already yours. But it's not yours till you take it. It's already yours. But it's not yours till you take it. And that's the situation that Joshua faces here in Joshua 1. God says, okay, it's time to now actually inherit the promised land that I've told you I was going to give you all along, and I've already given it to you. Now go take it. But not so fast. In chapter 5 of Joshua, we have this incident that, let me read this to you. When Joshua was by Jericho, this is verse 13, by the way, he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man was standing before him with his drawn sword in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, are you for us or for our adversaries? You see, that's still Joshua-centered. Joshua's saying, hey, whose side are you on? Verse 14, he said, no, but I am commander of the army of the Lord. Now I have come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped him and said, what does my Lord say to his servant? And the commander of the Lord's army said to Joshua, take off your sandals from your feet. This is a place where your standing is holy. And Joshua did so. Now, theologians generally believe that this is a Christophany. It's an appearance of Christ in the Old Testament. And the reason it's not an angel is because he commands Joshua to worship him. Angels don't do that. And it also says it's a holy place because he is actually there. But it frames for us also the idea of divine sovereignty and human responsibility. God says, I've already given you the land. Now go take it. And just as they're ready, just as they're right there, the troops are gathered, the spies have come back with a good report, and just as they're ready, the commander of the army of the Lord says, Joshua, I'm not on your side. You're on my side. I don't work for you. You work for me. And he says, now, Joshua, just to make the point clear, here's the battle plan. I want you to take the marching band and go out and start marching around the city and blowing your trumpets. And on the seventh day, march around 7 times, blow the trumpets, walls are going to come down, take the city. So that forever, this nation will know whose victory this really was. And forever, the people of the world will know that God gave you the land. What's it mean to us? Look, we are God's people. He is commander of our personal army. We serve in His army. But human responsibility is to be all that we can be in that army, to borrow the phrase. All that God created us to be, to His service, knowing that in the end, it's His victory. Next time, I'm going to talk about how the concept of divine sovereignty and human responsibility applies to evangelism. Thanks for watching. I'm Bob Perkins, and this is Aggressive Grace.